I don't see a day like this set up very often that's this dynamic over such a big area, and with so many of the cams saying the same thing. It's my red flags are up. They don't get any higher than today. 40 to 50 to 60 knot 8-feature jet ramping up on a lot of the high-risk cams now across southern and central Oklahoma into northeast Oklahoma in that 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock time frame of moderate risk of damaging tornadoes. There's 3 corridors that to me just jump out at me. Obviously, the I-70 corridor, they've done a really good job up here as far as tornadoes and track of potentially damaging tornadoes up on the I-70 corridor up here for the warm front. And then I'm very concerned now that we're going to have destructive tornadoes now developing back southwest of Oklahoma City, back down just near Wichita Falls or east of Wichita Falls, back to Gainesville, Ardmore, back north of Dallas. This area to me now is very concerning. South Central, Southwest Oklahoma, possibly Central Oklahoma, and as they cross I-35 in that 7 o'clock time frame, 6, 7 o'clock, and the low-level jet ramps up dramatically here, and that 6, 7 o'clock time frame on most cams now, you're gonna start producing extremely bad, damaging tornadoes. North Central Oklahoma, that's gonna be Osage County, Sedan, Copan, Arkansas City. You're gonna have a swarm of tornadoes up in here after 7, and then wherever the storms are at 7, either at Oklahoma City or just east Oklahoma City, and then down in southern Oklahoma. This area, as it rockets 7 through 10 o'clock tonight, I think you're just going to see a swarm of destructive tornadoes in this area. Again, you really think about your bathrooms, your safe places, your storm shelters. I called Kathy this morning when I left, and I said, Kathy, get everything prepared to be in the storm shelter, right? At my house, I've got everything going into preparedness for potentially damaging tornadoes, including possibility Tulsa, South Tulsa. The models are indicating they're ramping up, and I've got multiple models that bring tornadoes up toward Tulsa, so you can't ignore that, right? So basically, it's safety tips, helmets for kids, get mattresses ready for inside bathrooms, interior low levels, the lowest floor. If you're in a second story, 2-story house, get to the lowest floors. If you're in condos, downtown Oklahoma City, you're in condos and the high rises in downtown Tulsa, you need to think about interior hallways, like stairways, like concrete stairways where you got a lot of thick concrete between you and the outside walls. If you're in high rises, either in Oklahoma City or Tulsa, because I know the condominiums, Bricktown, Tulsa's got a lot of new development downtown Tulsa with a lot of 5, 8, 10-story high rises. You need to think about your neighbors. Think about where they may have a storm shelter in the lowest level, first floor. You need to think about those kind of things right now, and hopefully we don't have to use them. But I think there's the chances of that happening. Tulsa, Oklahoma City, southward in southern Oklahoma is very high. So think about multiple ways to have communications after the power is possibly going to go out in areas where they have the more damage, and you got to think about, again, cell phones, iPad, insurance papers, cash. Think about those kind of things, right? And so it's going to be a very serious day today. I fully expect SPC. Have not talked to them, but I would not be surprised if SPC on the new outlook, about 45 minutes, they don't go up on both the hail probabilities and tornado probabilities on the new outlook. I would not be surprised we're going to have a moderate risk, and I think the chances of destructive tornadoes now, it's clearly on the table based on the new data I'm seeing now, with a 50 to 60 knot jet over Oklahoma into east Kansas, southern Kansas, northern Texas. I think all the cards on the table now for a major outbreak of tornadoes, and some very destructive tornadoes now are clearly on the table. People know me, I just tell it like it is, but you got to take this event very serious, whether anywhere in this risk area. And we'll go back to that again. But it needs to be hit hard, and this is the enhanced right now. I fully expect it, like I said, I expect it to go increase to moderate, and I expect the tornado parameters possibly could even go up, and I think they're going to bring this, my gut is they're going to bring this 10 or higher back into southwest Oklahoma and north Texas. This is going to expand, is what I expect is going to happen on this next update before the outbreak starts around 4 to 5 southwest Oklahoma explodes down in this area right here, central southwest Oklahoma. Duncan, Lawton, this area down here, it goes around 4 o'clock, and then you start getting some possibly supercells near Enid at 4, and then this area up here goes around 3 to 4 up in that area, up on the I-70 corridor. So that's kind of it real quick for the update. I know it's a lot of things to throw at you, but anyway, that's my update from Oklahoma. It's going to be North Texas, Oklahoma, and the other critical thing is these storms are going to be moving at about 50 to 60 miles an hour to the northeast. So once they started, when the Weather Service out of Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Dallas, Fort Worth, Kansas City, St. Louis, when they issue a tornado warning, these aren't going to be moving at 25, 30 like you expect in May and June, right? These things are going to be moving 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. And you get that kind of storm with baseball, softball, grapefruit size hail with developing, tornadoes as we get into that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and they're moving those kind of speeds. That's a mile a minute. So when that tornado warning comes out, don't question, oh, is it really on the ground? Is it really coming? Just go to shelter immediately, right? Today's one of these really bad days. I don't see a day like this set up very often that's this dynamic over such a big area, and with so many of the cams saying the same thing. My red flags are up. They don't get any higher than today. Take this very serious today. This is not a normal, hey, it's a hype day. It's a severe weather day. It's going to be a serious tornado outbreak today. Only because I see the 8 feature jet now ramping up, as well as some other factors, and especially Oklahoma City southward, down to north of Dallas Metroplex. I think you're going to have long track, very destructive tornadoes. North Texas, southern Oklahoma, maybe as far north as in Oklahoma City, and then another batch up near Enid, Medford, Ponca, over to south central, southeast Kansas is the other area that looks really bad. As far north as Oklahoma City or near Norman, Oklahoma City area, and then something pretty bad is going to be in this, Ardmore, Gainesville, Durant, Denison area, and they go ripping across south central and the southeast Oklahoma tonight. I expect very damaging tornadoes down there as well. That's my update, guys. I can't tell you any more than that. That's my update, right? I'll bring you updates later. We have Starlink working today, so it's great. Plenty Cape, plenty share, and the dynamics and the jet core is rounding the base down by Midland this morning right now, and it's coming northeast. So I expect an outbreak starting around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's going to develop. That's it from Oklahoma. Everybody, please be safe, okay? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.